ஏன்னா நாம் இங்கே அமர்ந்திருப்பது ஒரு அரங்கிலே ஒன்றாக இருப்பது குறிப்பாக அடுத்த கட்ட இந்தியா, the new India, the India that we are imagining. And as a responsible voters, as a responsible citizen, what is expected out of you to create this new India? இதை மற்றும் ஒரு பொருளாக வைத்து 45 நிமிடங்கள் உங்களுடைய நேரத்தை நான் எடுத்துக்கிறேன். The reason that we wanted to come to your college and talk to you because all of you present here are students of service. ஒரு சர்வீஸ் மைண்ட் செட் இல்லைன்னா இன்னைக்கு யாரும் அந்த காலேஜில் இருக்க மாட்டீங்க. Somehow at your young age, some point of time, the word called service entered into your mind. You felt your life should be dedicated to a larger purpose, to serve the humanity in whatever capacity you have, to serve this country, to serve this society, and to create better human beings. And dedicate your whole life over the next 40-50 years after you graduate from this campus to make sure humanity always prospers. That is why we are very particular that we should come to your campus today and talk to you. நாங்கள் இங்கே வந்திருப்பதற்கான முக்கிய நோக்கமே இந்த அரங்கத்தில் வெளியரங்கத்தில் இருக்கக்கூடிய எல்லா சகோதர சகோதரிகள் அனைவருமே சேவை என்கின்ற ஒரு கோட்பாட்டில் நாம் இணைந்திருக்கின்றோம். மேல இருக்கக்கூடிய எல்லா தலைவர்களும் சேவை, இங்க இருக்கக்கூடிய மாணவ செல்வங்கள் நீங்கள் அனைவரும் சேவை, சேவை என்கின்ற ஒரே கோட்பாடு முன்னிருக்கையில மிக மூத்த நம்முடைய டாக்டர்ஸ் எல்லாம் அமர்ந்திருக்கிறாங்க. The whole life is dedicated to service. Odd time, even time, whatever be the time, they want to care about the other person, not care about money, not care about the material comforts. That is why we felt it is better to come to this campus and talk to you about building a new India, how you can act as a pillar in getting the new India created. Brothers and sisters, before I get into my vision, or probably a shared vision between both of us, how we are looking at the next 25 years, I want to give you a scan report of what is happening now in India, across the world. Normally you all take x-ray as doctors when any patient goes. To see the current status of a patient, you call for an x-ray or CT. So likewise today we will do an x-ray or a CT. I'll ask you a couple of questions, only then I can do my x-ray. So you got to participate with me over the next 5-7 minutes. How many of you have a cell phone? I know it's an idiotic question, but how many of you still have a cell phone? You all have. How many of you have a cell phone here? Okay, you all have. You're allowed to carry a cell phone. How many of you have an iPhone? Everybody, okay. How many of you have the latest iPhone? The last released iPhone. That's the latest. That's the last one. Can you just stand up? Can you just lift your phone and show to everybody? Okay. The device that is holding in his hand, the phone that is holding in his hand, in the year 1975, the total computing capacity in the whole world is lesser than that one single cell phone. I'm again repeating it. In the year 1975, the sum total, brother, thank you brother, please have a seat. The sum total of the whole computing power in the world, be it a Stanford lab, be it some of the advanced computing labs in the world, be it the military computing capacity that each of the military had, or be it the small time computers that we all had in a lab or a computer or a system or in a university, his one cell phone, what he is having in hand, which is 44 years later, his one cell phone surpasses the combined computing capacity of the whole world. So this is the march of civilization over the last 44 years. Last 44 years, this is the march of civilization. That too, the phone that is having in his hand, the chip inside the phone is a very special chip that is achieved by a very special company, that is made for a very special company. It's a 3 nanometer chip, 3 nm. So nanometer, you all know, you take a meter, divide that into billion times. That small length that you get is the size of one chip, one transistor, that is packed into a semiconductor, which gives all the computing power by which he is holding a cell phone, the latest Apple one. The reason I'm telling you this, to start with this is the kind of world you are entering. In 7 years from now, In the same campus, when somebody comes to the same stage, யாரோ ஒருத்தர் இங்க வந்து யாராச்சும் ஒரு மாணவர் எந்திரிக்க சொல்லி உங்க கையில செல்போன் இருக்கா, I don't know that point of time whether it is Apple or Samsung or whatever the name of the company is, can you just take the cell phone? When they repeat it 7 years from now, probably then that person's cell phone would have surpassed the combined computing power in the world in the 2000 la evlo computing power irundhugo, 7 years from now one cell phone will surpass it. So that is the kind of world we are looking. This comes with enormous complexity, enormous challenge, which requires leaders of absolute integrity, leaders of absolute service mindset to navigate this tough world. As we speak now, we are guarding our ships thousands of kilometers away because that ship is bringing an oil, it is bringing some sort of a manufactured item to our Indian shore, which is being attacked in the Red Sea by the Houthi rebels. So our Indian ships are flying 2,000, 3,000 kilometers away, safeguarding the ship that is bringing any important component to our shore. It's a very complex world, not a very easy world. It's not a very binary world. Very complex world. Politics have become so complex, and that is the world we are looking at the next 25 years. This world has also got the highest potential. Probably in the next 25 years, we are going to see the very first time in humanity, we will not have a single poor person in this entire planet. In our generation, we are going to achieve it. There is not going to be a single poor person who will wait outside a temple or a church or a mosque, somewhere outside asking for a bun or a tea or a coffee or 100 rupee or a 50 rupee. That is the world you are going to achieve. டாபிக் ரொம்ப சிறப்பா கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. முதல் தலைமுறை ஜனநாயக வாக்காளர்கள். First generation democratic voters. So most of you will vote in 2024 mostly. Correct, that is going to be a first vote. So the assembly elections, since most of you are from Tamil Nadu, so Lok Sabha you'll be voting in 2024. So that is the exciting world we are getting into it. So if you again look at the scan report across the world, it is not probably, at one end we can say it's a very safe world. At other end we can say it's a very complex world. The Middle East is on fire. There is a fight between Israel, Palestine, Gaza. You are seeing it on a daily news. Middle East, other parts are also in some kind of a handshake deal which is failing. The American elections are becoming so chaotic. You are not sure who is going to be the next president of US. Is it going to be an 83-year-old person or an 81-year-old person? The average age of an American voter above 80 years is 1%. But the two candidates who are competing to be the next American president, they come in that 1%. Not the younger generation who has got a vision how the world should be. அதே மாதிரி வேற இடத்துல பாருங்க, பக்கத்துல Pakistan, you see Pakistan army has backed one candidate, the independents have backed one candidate, the media is backing one candidate. Last 4 days we are not sure which is going to be the next candidate. You go to Bangladesh, the main opposition party did not participate in the election. One party was in the election which won the prime ministership again, back to one party. So when you scan the world like an X-ray, it's a very complex, chaotic, it's a world in which you cannot make sense of what has happened. So this is the time India is ambitious to become a world superpower. And our country is very ambitious now. பயங்கர ambitious ங்க நாம. 142 crore people we are there. We want to reach certain metric. 2028 we want to be the third largest economy. 2047 we want to hit $20 trillion. You are lifting 142 crore population, which is nothing but the population of Africa and Europe. You want to lift almost all of this population to a per capita income that is more than $50,000. இன்னைக்கு நம்ம $4,500 இருக்கிறோம். Per capita income 1,96,000 இருக்கும். 1% average in India earns about 1,96,000. We want to take it in a matter of 10 to 15 years. We want to take it 12 times. 12 times you have to multiply what you are earning now. You're earning about 2 lakh, we want to take it to 24 lakh, the per capita income in the next 15 years. Just understanding the kind of problems we have and where we want to go, the kind of ambition we have. 2014, when the current Prime Minister Modi ji took over, we were the 11th largest economy in the world.